welcome back to the channel, everyone. At the current time of filming, the England feeder team are actually over in Lithuania competing in the World Championships, and I currently have 3 Feeder Masters tickets for sale on Facebook, and I've been getting loads and loads of questions, loads of messages from people just saying, Jamie, what's happening? Are you not feeder fishing anymore? Why aren't you with the England team? And all that sort of stuff. So that's what this upload is all about. I'm just going to be clearing the air on quite a few of the issues as regards my fishing, the matches, this channel and the videos, and my business in general. We've got a lovely spot here. This is Poolsbrook Country Park. Absolutely beautiful venue. I've got that wind blowing into me here, and I'm really looking forward to this session. It's really nice and mild, and with that wind on it, I think we might catch a few bream today. The main reason I'm here today is really just to get a bit more familiar with the venue. I'm hoping to fish a few more matches here this year, and that is because this is literally about 30 miles from where I live, so it's a lot more local. And lots of the venues I've been fishing recently have been more local. Now, the big question that lots of people have been asking me is basically, why aren't I currently out in Lithuania with the England feeder team for the World Championships? And the reason for that is because of that young chap there who's sat behind me. That is Dad. He's 90 years old now, and basically he's with me 24 hours a day. And that is why I, last year, had to make the difficult phone call to the England manager, Dean Barlow, to let him know that I was resigning from my position within the England feeder team. Now, this is probably a video that I should have done last year. However, I never imagined that I would have so many people getting in touch with me and just asking why I'm no longer part of that squad. And as you can imagine, you know, I'm not in a position now where I can just disappear for a week or 10 days around Europe, leaving Dad on his own, and he's certainly not fit enough to come with us. So that's the reason why I'm not there. But I just want to say thank you to everybody for all the wishes and messages that I have had about that. So it just means that, you know, whilst it's certainly not a chore having to spend 24 hours a day with Dad, it's just obviously meant that I've had to change the way that I do things. I've had to change my life, the way that I run my business, the venues that I go fishing to. And that's part of the reason why I've spent so much time on commercial venues over the last year. That is because by their very nature, commercial venues have got facilities on site, cafes on there, toilets and all that sort of thing, because that's something that I obviously now need to bear in mind when I'm picking venues to fish. So the reason why I'm not out there at the World Championships is because of Dad, but that's certainly not a bad thing. Some of you will have already noticed that I've currently got Feeder Masters tickets that are on sale right now. I've decided I'm not going to be taking part in that competition this year. I absolutely love Feeder Masters, but even if I was to qualify for that final again, it's just not fair to spend 4 days for that young chap to spend on the car park in the van, because let's face it, at Tamar, even the shortest walk is quite a long walk, and that's not an option for him. So that's an event that I've backed out of this year, but it's not the end of the world. Whilst I love Feeder Masters, it's been a massive part of my fishing and this channel over the last few years. There are lots and lots of other events out there that I will be fishing. Riverfest is one of them. I love fishing rivers, and I haven't done it anywhere near as much as what I would have loved over the past few years. So Riverfest is a competition I'm taking part in, mainly on the River Trent. So I'm really looking forward to that, and hopefully you're going to enjoy watching me try and qualify for that final as well. There are lots and lots of other matches and competitions I've got lined up, far too many to mention. This is one of the venues where I am going to be hopefully spending some time as well, and lots of other familiar venues that you do know. So whilst Feeder Masters isn't a big focus for me this year, there are plenty of other matches out there. The other topic that I have been asked about quite a few times has really been from people that have been long-term subscribers, people who have now become friends. Some people have been on 10 and 12 of our group coaching days, and they've been curious about how these changes that I've made, how they've actually impacted my business. Now, obviously, I'm in a very fortunate position where I can tailor my business and the way that I operate around me and my life and my dad. And that has just meant that days like today, when I go out on the bank filming, I can choose the agenda, I can film it the way that I want to film it, as much or as little as I wish. And I can pack up and go home and continue with the other day-to-day stuff at home. And so I need that flexibility now. But one of the things that has happened, because I've stepped down from my position within the England feeder team, within Dam Busters, it has kind of freed up a lot more of my time. You know, I don't have the commitments like I used to have, so I can pick and choose my events and pick and choose the types of content that I'm filming. And so lots of people have asked me about how it's impacted my income. Now, this is perhaps a video for a different day, but lots of people still don't quite understand how I managed to make a living. I quit my full-time job 4 years ago to do this. Now, whilst I'm not exactly a millionaire, I've never been more better off financially, and that is because I've got about 8 or 9 different income streams that, when they're all pulled together, that gives me a living wage. Now, YouTube videos right here on this channel, when you see an advert pop up, that is what they call AdSense or ad revenue, and that generates a little bit of income each month on every video that is watched on YouTube. I also have the YouTube Catch Vlogs channel and the Catch Fishing Coaching channel. So those are the 3 YouTube channels that all generate a little bit of income. I've then got my Patreon. That's the membership channel where subscribers pay a small amount each month, and that's where they get the extra exclusive videos, and that is where I conduct all of my live streams. That has been capped at 250 members for about 3 or 4 years now. So each month some people drop out, some people drop in. You know, it's one of those channels where people might, you know, be a subscriber for 2 months and then have 2 months off. It's that sort of a channel, so that fluctuates up and down each month, but that is obviously another source of revenue. I've then got my sponsorship deals with Matrix and Sauna Baits, and then I've also got my coaching as well. I've got the one-to-one coaching days that I've been conducting more of this year, and we've also got the group coaching days that I conduct with Dean Barlow, the England feeder team manager, and those obviously generate income as well. I've then got the online courses as well, which, thanks to lots of you for enrolling on those, generate some income each month as well. And so when you look at all those different revenue streams, when they all get added together at the end of the month, that is where my living wage comes from. The ironic thing is that the older Dad gets, the slower he gets, the more difficult it can be to get out on sessions like this or go on my matches. The more I realise that the opportunity for these days out are getting rarer, so I want to bring him on even more of them. It's not a bad thing, it's a great thing that he's here and he's able to share these days with me, whether I'm working, just fishing, or fishing a match. And if I can do that in conjunction with filming the sessions and the experiences for you on YouTube as well, then I think that's a win-win. I hope this has put a little bit more clarity into how things have really changed for me over the last 12 months. And now that all those foundations are in place, from today moving forward, you're going to be seeing a lot more of these experiences shared with you right on YouTube. So from both of us, I want to say a huge thank you for watching all the videos, and we're really looking forward to a fantastic summer ahead. Should we get some fish and chips on way home?
Oh. Yes.